Most fans don't become stalkers. Most fans get pleasure out of their interest and their pursuit. A few become really caught up in it, so it becomes the main occupation of their life. But it doesn't damage them.
I am Cliff's #1 fan. Yes, Cliff has always been part of my life for the past 38 years. I met him for the first time in 1981 on the Wired for Sound tour. It was the 3rd of December 1981 at 6:30 in the evening. Hell, you know you make me wanna shout, put my arms back and shout, throw my arms back and shout, throw my arms back and shout. Come on now, don't forget to say you will. Yeah, don't forget to shout, yeah, 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 yeah. You know you make me wanna shout, ooh, shout, ooh, shout, ooh, shout, ooh. Well, I feel alright. Oh, God.
When you look at why someone who's a fan moves over to becoming not just intensely preoccupied with someone, but actually believing there's a real relationship, what that shift is usually about is things in that individual's own life. They're usually socially isolated individuals. Their life is offering no real satisfactions, and suddenly there is a way out.
What happened was, I went to the BBC, and someone pipes up and says, oh, Mike Reed's here. I thought, not my favourite DJ of all times. I was flabbergasted. Just as we were about to go out, I was about to go out the door, I saw this gorgeous looking guy. I thought, oh my good God, I thought, he's an absolute cracker. So I turned round and says to him, is your name Mike Reed? Just like that. He said yes, because he was with Ed Stewart. Ed Stewart's breath stinks, but Mike Reed has got beautiful breath. Mike Reed is absolutely gorgeous. He is fantastic. He is tops. He was wearing his beautiful blue shorts, corduroy shorts, and he's wearing a blue shirt. I playfully tapped Mike's bum. Tenders! Talk about the electricity going through me. I never felt anything like it in my life. And I thought, yeah, that's it, that's the guy for me. I thought, yes, he is everything to me. He is very, very, very precious to me. There is no guy I've ever loved in this world until I fell for Mike. Mike Reed, husband, dearest, eat your heart out, okay?
People just tip over and become ultra obsessive about anything. Everyone grows up with somebody they like, whether it's a pop group or somebody on television that they write to. They sort of go through a phase of being quite hot about it, and then years later come up to you and say, oh, I used to listen to you, remember I used to write you letters all the time. But I think that's fine, I think that's quite healthy.
Hello.
Hi there, how are you?
Oh, fine, thanks.
What can we do for you today?
I'd like a nice t-shirt printed, please. And I'd like that on it.
And who's that?
That is my husband, Mike Reed.
Your husband?
Yes, it is.
Can I take your name?
Mrs. Mike Reed.
And what text would you like?
When can I get in bed with you?
When can I get in bed with you?
Yeah.
So even though you've married him, you're not slept with him yet, no?
No, not yet.
Okay, I'll just get one of the boys to run that off on the printer.
Oh, lovely. Oh, and can I have it done in blue, please?
Can you,
Nice and bold.
I thought he was gay.
Hey! Hey! Now, you can pack that in as soon as you like.
Take it back, Lou.
I should think so, too. Nobody calls him gay. Nobody. Ever. I'm sorry, that hurt. No, that hurt.
Some disordered fans believe that there really is a relationship, and the relationship has already existed. It's not surprising that when some of these people are frustrated, when all their hopes are dashed by repeated rejection, or the fact that the person they admire has another relationship, that they first become distressed, then angry, and then move to threat.
I want to marry you, Mike. Please. I don't mean you any harm. If I have caused a bit of harm, I've not meant it. You have to be a nuisance to get what you want today.
So, I'm warning you, viewers, if you happen to fall for a DJ, please be careful. Mike Reid made me very, very ill. That it's put me on these. I'll get a bit closer so you can see. I tipped a bottle of in my hand, and then all of a sudden the room went black. The room went totally black, and all I could see was something yellow in my hand. That's all I could see. And I don't remember much after that at all. To be honest, I don't even remember taking them.
It's worth remembering with stalkers, two people's lives can be ruined. The victim of the stalking and the stalker, whose whole existence gets eaten up by this frustrated and futile pursuit. Stalking, for most stalkers, is a disordered solution to a common personal problem: loneliness, lack of intimacy, and emptiness in one's existence.
Yeah, I've always been lonely, because my marriages have never ever worked out. But as I say, Mike's the only one that can cure me, because he's got special powers.
One of the things that is frightening for the stalking victim is that you realise when you come across these people that they're relating not to you, but to some disordered fantasy of you.
Well, I'm off to see my husband, Mike Reid. I must go now. I'm just going to pick me bag up and go for me train. Lovely t-shirt printed. Yeah. Yeah.
The most common way in which the famous are plagued by the stalkers or their excessive admirers is by letters and communications and unsolicited gifts.
You can often tell in letters people write you by the writing, strangely enough. You can look at the envelope and go, yeah, I can tell. There's nothing specific when you can say, it's block capitals, or it's very squiggly writing, because some people, like me, for example, have appalling writing anyway. So the writing is often a bit of a giveaway. I don't know what it is, because I'm not a graphologist.
When we look at a piece of handwriting to analyse it, we look at a number of factors. First of all, the slant of the handwriting shows how emotional a person is. The more it slants to the right, the greater the emotionality. We look at the pressure, how long those feelings last. We look at imagination, shown basically by loops. We look at the rhythm of handwriting, which produces stability. Overall, what we're looking for is balance in the handwriting. Here, the writing is very, very corrugated. Now, corrugation in handwriting may mean a number of things. It may mean somebody who's ill, somebody who's old, somebody who's written on the British Rail train. But it's always a cause for concern. The signature also is very small. It's crossed through. There's a cross below it. And whilst there's no certainty, there might be a warning. The person is likely to do more damage to herself than to somebody else. This person desperately wants affection. She wants to be important to somebody. She wants to be first with an individual. She cries out for it. She needs attention, but she's not getting it.
Here's a selection of the letters that Blue Tulip Rose Reid has sent to Classic FM since Mike joined as the breakfast DJ in March. Mike sees all the letters that come into the building, plus all the gifts that she sends. I then keep the letters in a file. This is a photograph Blue Tulip sent in of her washing machine. On the back, she has written, "This proves I have a washing machine. I have called it Mike Reid." The tone of the letters has grown a little more aggressive over the last couple of weeks. The latest one suggests, how would you like to discover body on Classic FM doorway, because that's what's going to happen if Mike doesn't marry her. So obviously the tone of the letters is quite worrying. One of the letters suggests if I don't get what I want, there will be some G. Another letter we received recently: you will know when I am in a temper, I go pure white and shake.
Just come from the Camden Town train station. I'm not going to Classic FM. I'm going to a prison camp, because everyone there are treated like prisoners.
People that listen to you, obviously, and watch you on television, see you on radio, are very important, because it's the only reason you're doing what you do is because they're there. If they weren't there, you wouldn't be doing it. But of course, you know, as with everything, there are shades of grey, and most people are fine.
Mike, this is your morning alarm call.
The wackiness goes on, folks. It's 20 to 9, and the other day we did the top 10 tennis films, and now, hot on the heels, come the top 10 tennis songs.
I worked for many, many years in the music business with people like Mark Boland, Frank Sinatra, Cliff Richard, some of the biggest acts around. I mean, we used to say in my day, they were nuts. They was everywhere. They was everywhere, outside your house, in your garden, everywhere. I mean, this word stalker is a new word. I think it's an American word. They've been around these schmucks, these idiots, these around for years and years and years.
Ah, here's the prison warden now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How's the prison officer today?
The prison officer's fine. What can I do?
I don't stalk. I don't believe in it. I've never stalked anybody in my life. I have seen stalkers on television and what they actually do. They follow people all the time. They sometimes hurt people, and I don't do that. I don't hurt anybody.
Okay, fair enough.
Love and hate are very close to each other. You know, as Oscar Wilde said in the Ballad of Reading Gaol, you know, each man kills the things he loves, which is true. I think you only worry about things really when somebody turns up, or, for example, when somebody lie down in front of your car, or, you know, snap the aerial off when you can see their knuckles going white.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Suzanne.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Reed.
Hello.
Mrs. Mike Reed.
Yes.
Mrs. Mike Reed.
Yes. I changed my name to Blue Tulip Rose Reed, spelt R-E-A-D.
Certainly will.
I will not be called anything else. Have you ever known anyone go celibate for the guy they love? In case you don't know what that means.
I do.
You do, right?
What do you think his girlfriend thinks about that?
He hasn't got any. He hasn't got any. But he has now me. I'm a jealous woman. So, I've never hurt anybody. I've never hit anybody. I've never ever stalked anyone in my life. I know where he works. I do not come down here every day because I cannot afford to. I know
When I saw that piece in the paper about me stalking, I was going to go down to that prison place and I was going to literally tear the joint limb from limb.
Great. I've let the whole lot out. I've literally spilt it to the programme manager and I'm feeling top banana.
If I was now managing a pop star, or an actor, a famous actor, or whatever they call them, yeah, I'd be, you know, put an ad in the paper. Stalker wanted.
Give me a name, give me an I, give me a K, give me an E, give me an R, give me an E, give me an A, give me a D, give me Mike Reed, yeah! That's better. I feel better for that. Mike Reed's mine!